One of the Yorkshire Ripper murders may not have been committed by Peter Sutcliffe at all. This is the theory put forward by journalist David Yallop in his book Deliver Us from Evil, written while the murders were still ongoing. Peter Sutcliffe was convicted in 1981 of murdering 13 women, along with 7 counts of attempted murder. The killings took place in Yorkshire and Lancashire throughout the 1970s, until he was finally caught in 1980. The murder in question was that of Joan Harrison, killed in 1975. Yallop's argument is simple. The person who killed Joan Harrison did not operate in the same way as Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe typically used a ball-peen hammer and a knife. His attacks followed a fairly consistent pattern. Harrison's murder, however, did not. The attack was different. Neither of Sutcliffe's usual weapons were used, and items from her handbag were taken, something not normally seen in his crimes. At the time, police believed her killer was local. The case was not originally linked to the Yorkshire Ripper murders. One of the more compelling aspects of Yallop's theory relates to forensic evidence. In Harrison's case, evidence suggested that the killer had a type B blood group and was a secretor. Sutcliffe did not match this profile. Even more interesting is the involvement of the Yorkshire Ripper hoaxer, known as Wearside Jack. He sent letters and a tape to police claiming to be the killer. Saliva taken from one of the envelopes showed that he too was a type B secretor. In a further twist, the hoaxer also referenced the 1975 murder in his tapes. Years later, he was identified as John Humble through DNA analysis in 2005. However, despite these coincidences, there is no evidence linking Humble to any of the murders. This forensic profile applies to millions of people, and investigators found no behavioural pattern, no geographical link, and no direct evidence connecting him to the crimes. So while Humble can be ruled out, the inconsistencies surrounding Joan Harrison's murder remain. Another disturbing detail is that this same forensic profile appeared in more than one case during the investigation, which raises a broader question. Was Sutcliffe acting alone, or could more than one offender have been operating at the same time? Yallop believed that Harrison's murder in particular may have been made to fit the profile of a Yorkshire Ripper killing, despite the obvious differences. Decades later, and it appears that Yallop may have been vindicated, advances in DNA analysis will cast the case in a very different light. Police identified a man named Christopher Smith as the likely killer of Joan Harrison. He had died in 2008, but investigators stated there would have been enough evidence to charge him had he still been alive. All this time later, and it's clear that Yallop was right to question the narrative.